Okay, this problem is again asking for the derivative, and it says y equal to ln of 5x. So it's kind of like Inception. There's an ln inside of another ln. So let's take a look at how we differentiate this. This is not too bad. It's a little bit confusing, but it's not going to be very, very difficult. So here we go. I want the derivative. So here's what I'm going to focus on in the first step. I'm going to focus on the outside ln. The rule is, if you have an outside ln, regardless of what's inside, the derivative of the outside ln basically becomes a fraction, okay? So this ln on the outside gives me a fraction. And how do things work? The way it works is, whatever argument you had ends up in the denominator. So the argument right there is ln of 5x. Whatever that guy is, he's going to be in the denominator, and his derivative is going to go in the numerator. So I want basically the derivative of ln of 5x to be up here. So I'm going to actually write it down in words. I'm not going to find the answer yet. So it's kind of silly that I'm writing the derivative of ln of 5x on the numerator. I'm not giving you the answer. I'm just saying the words. Here's the plan. But I feel like this is going to help you kind of understand a little bit what's going on. So for this particular step, the ln of 5x right here in the argument, that was the u. And the rule says we put the u on the denominator and we put the derivative of u on the numerator. So that's why I'm writing the words derivative of ln of 5x right there. Okay, so now on the next step, I'm actually gonna give you the answer. So again, the denominator is still gonna be ln of 5x, but what the heck is the numerator gonna be? So what can I replace all these words with? And the answer is, well, the derivative of ln of 5x, whatever that is. So let's go to a scratch paper and figure out what the answer to those words are. What is the derivative of ln of 5x is? Well, the derivative with respect to x of ln of 5x, just like the rule says, you will grab the argument and you will write it in the denominator. So whatever the argument is, write it in the denominator, and then its derivative goes above it. So what's the derivative of 5x? Well, that's just simply 5. But wait a second, 5 divided by 5x, that's the same thing as 1 over x. So that's the answer to the derivative ln of 5x. It's kind of a strange one because the derivative of ln of x is also 1 over x, and the derivative of ln of 5x is also 1 over x. So it doesn't matter, it's just something that happens. But that answer is going to replace all the words that we have in the numerator. Remember, we're looking for the derivative of ln of 5x, and that turned out to be the 1 over x. So the 1 over x that we have is going to now go in the numerator. So that's technically the solution, except it looks pretty terrible. So we're going to spend a few seconds here cleaning up the mess. And in order to clean up the mess, I'm going to remind you that ln of 5x has like an invisible one underneath it. And the rule is, when you're dividing one fraction by a second fraction, you turn it into a product instead. So you're going to leave the first fraction alone. You're not going to mess with it. So that's the ln of x that was in the numerator. And what you do is you multiply instead of divide. So you turn the division into a multiplication, but provided that you flip the second fraction upside down. So you get 1 over ln of 5x. So the final solution is that the derivative dy over dx is equal to the 1 times 1 is going to be 1, and then x ln of 5x. Okay. Now, obviously, some of you can skip a lot of these steps. You can somewhat do some of these things mentally. That's fine if you can do that. Some people can jump from the first step all the way to the last step without having to go through middle steps and scratch work, whatever. Either way, I just want you to be able to get the solution in the box.